This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We begin now with the latest on COVID-19 case counts here in the territory. Just in the past week, there have been 40 new positive cases reported. The latest numbers from the VI Department of Health show there are currently 67 active cases throughout the VI. There are 24 in St. Croix, 41 in St. Thomas, and 2 in St. John. Meantime, the Virgin Islands continues its efforts to get as many vaccinated residents as possible, and it's seeing good participation from the public still. Here are the latest numbers. 25,224 people have been fully vaccinated, and the VI Department of Health as it has administered 35,707 first doses, meaning they've administered nearly 61,000 vaccines so far. To schedule an appointment for a vaccine, you can call 340-777-VAX or 8227, or you can go online to do so, covid19usvi.com/vaccines. And a reminder, on May 10th, the community vaccination centers will relocate from UVI campuses to the Nissan Center in St. Croix and the Community Health Clinic at Schneider Regional Medical Center in St. Thomas. That's the second floor of that in St. Thomas, and any eligible residents 16 years and older are now eligible to get the vaccine. And Government House is reporting the territory is maintaining a low COVID rate, but is asking residents to still stay safe and practice social distancing, as we're certainly not out of the woods yet. The Department of Health noted India's recent devastating struggles at the news conference from the Government House on Monday. In our USVI News, Ali Bourne-Vanek has more.
Emily, a couple of important updates from Government House on COVID-19. One, the territory's COVID rate is now below 2%. And for that breakdown, that includes 67 active cases, 41 on St. Thomas, 24 on St. Croix, and 2 on St. John. In total, there have been about 37,000 people who have received at least one COVID shot, and just over 25,000 people who are fully vaccinated. And as we have been reporting, the government's goal is to have at least 50,000 people fully vaccinated. In COVID-related news, there is also an update on the stimulus checks being mailed out to VI residents. Here's more.
Last week, the Department of Finance issued 3,537 CARES Act 2 stimulus checks, totaling over $2.7 million to Virgin Islands residents. The Bureau of Internal Revenue submitted a listing of approximately 1,700 names to the Department of Finance for processing this past Friday. This represents the total number of individuals who have only recently filed their 2019 taxes or had issues with their recently resolved filing. Those checks, those last 1,700 checks, will be mailed out this week. That represents the last issuance of the CARES Act 2 or the $600 stimulus payments. Although the deadline for making claims for this stimulus payment ended on March 15th, we have left the door open to allow as many people as possible to be issued checks under that funding.
Government House also reports that there will be a future announcement on a mortgage assistance programs for those who have been affected by COVID-19. In St. Thomas, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
Thank you, Ali, for that update. Now, the Virgin Islands Department of Health is administering mainly the Pfizer, but the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, they have not used the Johnson & Johnson version. However, the feds have now lifted the pause on the J&J vaccine, and we'll have the latest on that decision coming up in just a bit. Well, jailed Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to a pair of new sex trafficking charges. Maxwell entered the plea during a brief arraignment last Friday in Manhattan Federal Court. It was her first court appearance since she was arrested last year for allegedly procuring underage girls for multimillionaire pedophile Epstein. Maxwell has been in a Brooklyn jail since her arrest. The two sex trafficking charges, the two new charges, were added to her indictment by federal prosecutors from back in March. Well, the summer season usually means cruise lines will be in and out of the Caribbean, but COVID-19 will likely slow that rollout. Our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler sits down one-on-one with Virgin Islands Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett to see what is being done in Washington to set sail.
Last quick thing on tourism. This is an interesting topic. It sounds like there's a lot of some progress, but a lot of work still to get the cruise industry and everything moving. What's being done to make that happen for this summer?
Yeah, so we're working on a lot of fronts, right? So I had a meeting a week ago with the Coast Guard Admiral about moving the Coast Guard facility that is in Charlotte Amalie to another location so that the Veterans Drive can be completed in that area, which would free up congestion, not just for cruise ship passengers and tourists, but for Virgin Islanders on the road, working with the Public Works to ensure that our roads are, being fixed, expanded, able to support the residents of the islands as well as those individuals who may come. Working with Carlton Dow on our ports to ensure that when we have the cruise ships coming back, we're able to facilitate them. We had legislation in the National Defense Authorization Act that re-federalized, meaning that the federal government took back over responsibility for the Christiansted Harbor and the Charlotte Amalie Harbor in terms of dredging so that they can be dredged for Oasis class ships when they come. And at the same time, I'm having meetings with CDC, with members of the administration, and working with other members that are being affected by the cruise lines as well. There are no cruise ships going into Florida. There are no cruise ships going into Louisiana, New York. There are places, Alaska. So working with those members as well to try and create what is the framework for the cruise ships being able to come back to American ports, recognizing for us, we're still competing with other Caribbean islands as well. The governor as well is meeting with the cruise line CEOs to get information with them as to what is your plan and the protocols to operate safely, conveying that and amplifying what they said they're going to be able to do with the administration, with other governors, as well as with the relevant health agencies, CDC and others.
And you can hear all of Matt's conversations with Congresswoman Plaskett on our website, usvicbs.com. Some of the territory's top anglers and fishing community went head-to-head this Sunday for the Virgin Islands Game Fishing Club's annual Dolphin Derby. The festivities took place at the St. Thomas Yacht Club with weigh-ins at the end of the dock to see which boat and fishermen came in with the biggest catch. Well, in total, 11 boats and 44 people competed in the event. In the end, St. John's Francis Smukler took the top angler prize. He caught a 39.5-pound mahi-mahi with Captain Joshua Borg at the helm of their boat called Just Fish. Winners were awarded wooden trophies crafted by My Brother's Workshop, which were sponsored by American Yacht Harbor.
This is beyond belief how exciting this is to have post-COVID. This is our second event, and we've had great luck sharing the St. Thomas Yacht Club location for this to bring the people back together. And let's go have some fun fishing.
People really want to get out and enjoy this fishing again, and it's nice to see people be able to gather and have some fun and be able to actually catch some fish. And the weather turned out really nice for us, so we're real happy about that.
There's a camaraderie, there's a social gathering. The guys on the boat, men and women on the boat, they come back in, and we all get together and we share those fish stories. So we've been doing this tournament for, I'd have to get you a number of years on this. It's been a while. But it's more of the social aspect of getting together, going out there, hunting for that big fish, coming back in and just enjoying with everybody.
Yeah, a beautiful day, a 40-pound mahi-mahi. Congrats to that winner and then everybody who took part. Great weekend for sure.